Hello and welcome to the halftime hangout, Arsenal versus Tottenham Hotspur. I'm joined with the Global Gooners, myself, Jack, Moran, and Rayhan. Summarize that first half, Moran. We started off very well and then just a pretty disappointing end to that half.
Well, I'll tell you something, we're not opportunistic because the amount of possession we had and the amount of clear-cut chances, I don't think we got really any clear-cut chances. Sure, we had a few shots outside the box and Welbeck had it from there and that, but not one where it was like just the player and the keeper. And it's just worrying because with all that possession, we just haven't amounted to anything. And, that showed. Now we got worries. Tottenham are back into the match, and we got a second half to look forward to now.
Rayhan, what I got from that first half, Tottenham really haven't created anything. We've just given them their opportunities. They've caught us out in the counter. We've given them their opportunities, whereas they haven't given us anything we've created for ourselves, and we haven't really created that much. The possession was good. We've had some good performances out there on the pitch. Danny Welbeck for one. Can you name another one?
I'd say Oxlade-Chamberlain has been good in terms of injecting pace going forward. But yeah, as you said, we keep getting caught on the counter-attack. It's really frustrating because Tottenham are just sitting deep, allowing our build-up play to pretty much result in nothing because we're taking too much time as we're passing around the box too often when no one's being very incisive in terms of getting in between their defense and finding those pockets. So yeah, it's been a bit frustrating, but yeah, I think Oxlade-Chamberlain and Danny Welbeck have stood out for me personally.
Moran, being an Arsenal fan, we're used to lots of injuries. Again, a very injury-riddled first half there with Aaron Ramsey and Mikel Arteta both going down there. Both are holding midfielders in that pivot. Did you like the substitutions that Wenger made? Obviously, you'd expect him to bring on Flamini for Arteta, but would you have brought on maybe an Alexis Sanchez instead of Santi Cazorla there, or what do you think?
Yeah, it's a claim that Sanchez should have came on, but I like Cazorla coming on because now we can bring Ozil to the 10 role, and that's where it might be a blessing in disguise. Sadly Ramsey got hurt, but now Ozil can play in his preferred position and do what he does best, and that's create for his teammates and find those threading runs. But the only thing I worry about is how him and Wilshere. I don't remember the last time Wilshere and Ozil were the two playmakers that were on the pitch. So we see how they are spaced out together and how they will play together.
One player that I've been really impressed with in that first half has to be Kieran Gibbs on that left flank. Mm-hmm. He's been given a lot of responsibility going forward and defensively, having those two midfielders of Jack Wilshere or Ozil on that left-hand side. He's had to be big going forward and defensively. I think he's stepped up in a big way. The winger's not getting by him at all. He's being productive going forward. He's always making the right decisions. And I think Kieran Gibbs has been overall, both our fullbacks actually, Kieran Gibbs and Callum Chambers have had both great games. Moran, what have you seen from our center backs, Mertesacker and Koscielny? What do you expect from them in the second half?
I think they've done what they do best, and that's shutting everything down. Mertesacker has been a little shaky though. Obviously athletically he's not there. You see that when Adebayor just took him to the corner and then Mertesacker had nothing to do. So, but apart from that, he's been patient. My favorite moment from the first half was when Mertesacker had the ball on the flank, but. Yeah. It was fun to see that. But apart from that, they've done their role. Koscielny's been shut down in every time he's been near the ball, so it's great to see.
Rayhan, before the match we were talking about how Alexis Sanchez didn't get the start and he'd probably be an impact sub going in that second half. With the injuries and maybe the yellow cards that we have on our team, maybe Alexis Sanchez might not get that chance because we saw the knock that Jack Wilshere picked up on his ankle. It looked pretty bad on that slow motion replay, that ankle rolling, and you can't really put Alexis Sanchez in that in the midfield having a three of Cazorla, Ozil, and Flamini. I think that's too unbalanced and put Alexis Sanchez out wide. How much of the injuries affected Arsenal going forward in the second half in Wenger's game plan, do you think?
Yeah, we're heading into a bit of a crisis now in terms of our long-term injury list and even our short-term injury list. It's not looking good, especially with the Champions League game coming up this week, and Chelsea next week. Yeah, I mean, I might have to agree with you in the sense that putting Sanchez out wide might be a bit unbalanced, but I think at this stage in the game, we're going into the second half, if we do want to capitalize on our possession and create some clear-cut chances and at least get that goal that we so crucially need, we just might need Alexis Sanchez. I mean, maybe there's arguments for both cases in terms of preserving the squad and trying to get the 3 points. Where do you find that balance? But I think Alexis will have to come on at some point and just change the pace of the game.
I agree in a sense that if Wilshere can get through the 90 minutes, I definitely put on Alexis Sanchez for Oxlade-Chamberlain in that second half. But if Wilshere, maybe he's looking like he's about to get that second yellow, maybe his ankle's still affecting him, we just need to see a professional performance from Jack Wilshere. Go out, make sure he does not get that second yellow, because emotions are high right now. He likes having scraps on the pitch. You saw just coming out of that first half, he was having words with one of the Tottenham midfielders, and he just needs to stay composed, be the professional that he is, and go out and have a big second half. Moran, any last words before we head out for that second half?
Just keep up the intensity. I love Welbeck's work rate in the first half. Obviously, he's been unlucky with the chances he's had, but he's been all over the pitch. He's done well. I've been very impressed in his first North London derby. I just need him to be more clinical. I just need him to get that one goal under his belt in the match. Chamberlain as well. He's been wonderful. So just keep up the intensity and no drop off.
I agree. I think Welbeck's actually been our best player in that first half. What about you, Ryan?
Well, I just want to see more efficiency from this Arsenal side. I mean, we're retaining possession. I just want to see a bit more sharpness in terms of spotting when Tottenham are going to go on the counter-attack, because we've lacked a little bit of vision. But we do catch up in the end in terms of tracking back, but I want to cut it out before they get to our final third. But yeah, I really want to see us capitalize on the possession that we have and really make use of that to get some goals in, because we do.
Awesome. We're about 2-3 minutes away from kickoff of the second half, and you know what? There's a lot riding on this game. The pride that goes into a North London derby, just the ability to go to school the next day and make fun of your Tottenham friends is something that we're used to as Arsenal fans, and we got to keep up that tradition. Just big second half, lots of emotions. Be a whirlwind of emotions in the second half, and hope for the best. Up the Arsenal!